confirmation on this here. Ohio State Buckeyes fans might be interested. Michigan making some changes already. David Brandon, the athletic director, resigning here, going to hold a press conference here, or maybe he's already started it. I'm not sure, but you kind of had a feeling that was coming. What's coming next, I wonder? Perhaps,
even bet on what the next move is going to be. Now it's just a question of when. It's not even if, it's when.
Yes, exactly. There may be a coaching change coming there.
Yeah.
May come right after they play the Buckeyes, man, if it even takes that long. You got to figure. I mean, college, you don't see a lot of regular season changes. It's usually postseason. But this is clearly the predecessor, the preliminary move that comes first before they clean the decks here and try to change things in Michigan. And
if I were Jim Harbaugh, I'd keep my cell phone on.
Keep it on, baby, because it's going to get interesting there. They're yeah, definitely. We'll talk about that. JK, thank you so much for joining us and being with us, and enjoy the weekend. There's Buckeyes, there's Browns, there's Cavs. It's a good time of year here. College hoops getting ready to start, man. A lot of stuff going on, man. Blue Jackets,
the overlap
Monsters.
Of the seasons. You're absolutely right. This week and into next, really. This is the optimal time of year when everything kind of layers on top of each other.
It's a fun time, man. JK, have a good one. We'll catch up next week.
You bet, buddy. Happy Halloween.
You too. Happy Halloween. Jonathan Knight, the sports writer extraordinaire. You guys can tweet with him, by the way, at JKnightWriter. K-N-I-G-H-T writer with a W on Twitter. We're going to take a break. In fact, he's got a new Facebook page as well, Jonathan Knight Writer. Look for him on there as well. My man JK, and of course he writes for the Cleveland Fan, and he's here every Friday. Let's take a break. Get you some news. Come on back. Jeff Gorman from Browns101.com in the house. We'll start shifting gears. Let's talk a little football. We'll look ahead and preview the Bucs game coming up this weekend. We'll talk Tampa Bay with Jeff Gorman from Browns101.com. We're still going to open the phones back up. We'll talk some more Cavs, Monsters, Buckeyes this weekend, so much more. Don't go anywhere. Hour 2 of the Sports Fix coming up next after the news.
The Sports Fix, your choice for intelligent talk.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Intelligent talk.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
These guys must be on the wrong station.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo!
The Sports Fix.
I'm Tyler Zeller, and you're listening to The Sports Fix.
Have you gotten your copy of Cleveland's Finest yet? Highlighting the best moments, players, and media members in Cleveland sports history?
He won it! Milo hit a three-pointer on the sideline!
In-depth personal interviews with some of the top names in Cleveland sports fill the pages of this incredible book. Cleveland's Finest by Vince McKee is this year's must-have book for every Cleveland sports fan. Available now at Amazon.com. Get your copy today. Sports Fix listeners, do you tweet? So do we. So tweet with us 24/7 at the Sports Fix CLE.
Business owners and professionals, do you want to take your business, your product, your team, your event to the next level? You want to advertise right here with the Sports Fix. Our listeners are among the most loyal listeners, terrestrial or internet. The Sports Fix universe is not only the radio show, but tens of thousands of fans on Facebook and Twitter. Email me, Jerry Myers, thesportsfix@AOL.com. That's thesportsfix@AOL.com. And let me help you swing for the fences and hit it out of the park right here on the Sports Fix.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Harry Buffalo. Harry Buffalo, join the herd.
News break.
I'm Christine Lisi. Developing story from the NBA. Thunder point guard Russell Westbrook will have his injured right hand reevaluated today. Westbrook injured last night. The early indication is that he could miss 4 to 6 weeks. He's just the latest injury in several already for Oklahoma City this season. Patriots coach Bill Belichick, a guest on Mike and Mike this morning ahead of Sunday's big showdown against Peyton Manning and the Broncos. Manning tied for the NFL lead with 22 touchdown passes, top-rated QB in the league. Belichick called him the best quarterback he's ever coached against.
Does a great job of reading defenses, give the team the great plays, has tremendous accuracy on all balls, short, intermediate, deep. Great situational quarterback. His cadence, it's everything. It's everything.
Bill Belichick. San Jose Mercury News reports prosecutors unlikely to charge 49ers defensive lineman Ray McDonald with domestic violence. McDonald was arrested on a suspicion of felony domestic violence in August. Redskins corner D'Angelo Hall will have a second surgery to repair his torn Achilles. He'll likely be ready for training camp.
For over 60 years, Ferguson has been the name that pro contractors count on for plumbing, HVAC, waterworks, and more. They have the right products and the right people right around the corner. Put them to work for you at Ferguson.com.
You're listening to the Sports Fix.
Welcome back to the Sports Fix live across the Sports Fix Radio Network. I'm just saying, I'm not going to throw any names out there, but I'm just saying, you can't in the same chat room, in the same conversation, say it's not okay. The Browns might as well forfeit the rest of their season if they lose to a team such as this, and then the Cavaliers lost to the Knicks last night, but it's okay. Like, I'm just saying. I'm in the middle. I told you guys I think Cavs are going to be just fine. I think Cavs are going to be just fine. I'm not worried about what happened last night. I'm just saying, you sound kind of funny when you use those two sentences back to back. I'm just saying, we're all friends here. We're all on the same team, I think. I don't know. It makes me wonder. Ulterior motives there. But let's keep that conversation rolling. Facebook.com/TheSportsFix. Tweet with us at TheSportsFixCLE. Email us, TheSportsFix@AOL. I'm just saying, man. I mean, one might construe one of those comments as having an agenda when they're practically the same thing. TheSportsFix@AOL.com. Jeff Gorman from Indians and Browns 101.com is going to join us, and I started with Indians even though we're talking Browns because quickly in the break I want to drop this to you. Indians just let me know that just moments ago they've activated the option on Mike Aviles here, the $3.5 million option, as most of us expected. We talked to Mike Brandenberry about that yesterday he was on? Yeah, yesterday here on the show. And we talked about that last week, though. Mike Aviles, option picked up. He will be a member of the Cleveland Indians next season. We'll talk some more about that next week. But we're going to talk Browns here as we preview the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming up. Halfway point of the season for the Browns. They're guaranteed to finish it no worse than 500. They could finish 5-3 through their first 8 games and just 2 weeks away here now this weekend from perhaps getting some reinforcements. Much needed now in Josh Gordon because not only was it needed anyway, but with Jordan Cameron and who knows, regardless. And, he was going to get the big payoff this year. He was primed to be a big part of this offense, but health issues, man, continue. I worry about the concussions. I don't just mean for the next week or two. Third concussion documented in 2 years. That's danger zone for NFL players. And I'm not trying to be like end of the world guy. I'm just telling you, think about the fact that guys like Steve Young retire at 5 and 6 documented concussions. I mean, you're talking 3. When you get more than 1 or 2 in a 1.5 year time like that, you start getting more of them. And next thing you know, it can quickly become 5 or 6 in a couple of years. So just keep that in mind in the future. And I think that's going to affect big money contract, whether it's Cleveland or somewhere else, for the future of Jordan Cameron, because it becomes tough to make that big of a commitment to somebody that may not health-wise be able to be a part of your team. All right, guys, we'll talk about that with my man Jeff Gorman. Let's preview some Browns football. Jeff Gorman from Browns101.com on the hotline now. Jeff, happy Halloween. How you doing, buddy? Who are you going to call?
Go sponsors, baby.
That's it, man.
Good to hear from you. I think you're really going to be amazed to find out that I'm actually calling you from my house.
No way, dude. Go away. Go next door and call me back. You got to be somewhere else. You can't just be at the house, man. That's no fun. I'm sure you're getting ready.
2 days ago, we were at the White House, and it was really amazing. I got to share a very fascinating presidential fact with you. Do you know, first of all, do you know who the 10th president of the United States was?
Oh, come on, man. On the air, you're going to do this to me?
Well, you might know.
I don't.
Okay, John Tyler.
I don't.
John Tyler, the 10th president, like back in the, like the 1830s or so. He's got a grandson who is still alive today. It's crazy. You know what? Tyler had a kid when he was like 70-some years old. That guy had a kid when he was like 70-some years old. And that kid lived to be like 90, and he's still alive. Isn't that the most amazing thing you've ever heard?
Yeah, that is. Wow, how old was he when he had, 70-something? Wow, man.
Yeah, they both had kids when they were about 70, and that's why he still has a grandson who's alive to this very day.
Think about it. You could pretty much span about 150 years at that point if you stretched from the very beginning of one to the very end of the other. So yeah. I could see that, and more power to him. That's what I'm saying, Bruce. In the 70s, like father, like son. Way to go, man. That's some genes there, and then no wonder he became president, man. He had some willpower there for sure, man, to keep himself going that late in life. Good fact. Jeff Gorman, how you doing? I'm sure getting ready for, there's all kinds of stuff, man. There's Friday Night Lights tonight in the midst of Halloween. I'm sure you're getting ready for trick or treat and all of that stuff.
Yep.
Fun time here, I'll tell you what, man, I'm certain some kids would think this is cool, I guess. Some kids would not. I drive my kids crazy when it comes to Halloween. I was forced to allow my son to just be a normal costume. I'm big on coming up with cool stuff for my kids to be for Halloween. Like, I fought them tooth and nail trying to come up. I've only got 2 more years before my oldest cannot be forced to do stuff. He'll actually be 18, and then I can't make him do stuff, man. So I'm like, I want you two to be something together. So, and matter of fact, I've got the next 2 years. I have a promise. I've got it contracted that I get to decorate them for the next 2 years because I've been driving them nuts coming up with paired costumes. I'm like, you can be bacon and you can be eggs. And actually, I'm big on that one. Bacon and eggs is I actually found the bacon and eggs costume and everything. It's reasonably priced and all of that. One of them is bacon and one of them is a big old egg. I told them, I'll go get a slice of toast and jelly. They've got the peanut butter and jelly. I said, I don't need the peanut butter side. I'll go get the jelly and I'll be the toast to go with the bacon and eggs. But anyways, and my son, he's been dying. I haven't allowed my youngest to be anything scary yet because he's a kid, so I've made him be cute things, the cute costumes. You make them pumpkins and you turn them into pieces of fruit and stuff. And he told me that. He goes, Dad, you always want me to be fruit and you always want me to be something food. And but anyway, so he was dying to be just that little ghost faced from Scream or whatever. And,
oh no.
So I had to let him do it this year. Finally, he's so happy that he gets to be something scary for the first time. But I fight the growth of my children tooth and nail. I'm not gonna lie, man. I understand that once the train starts rolling, it don't come back to the station, man. So I'm getting all the mileage I can out of Halloween and stuff like that.
That's a good philosophy. We used to go around with the paired costumes, too. I think the last one we did was Mary Poppins and Bert. So, I would always be like, Snuffy to her Big Bird, and, so we would do that a lot, too.
Right, exactly. I tried to get them to go be the 2-man horse, the old from the cartoons. I said, come on, man, it used to work for Bugs Bunny. That's how you get in places, man. And come on. But anyways, so yeah, I'm one of those goofy guys. I figured you'd appreciate that because you're one of those guys that I think would come up with that kind of stuff too. All right, people are like, look, I don't care what you guys do for Halloween. Can we talk about the Browns? The Browns are playing football, and for the first time in a long time, maybe they're not just a bunch of guys masquerading as a football team. And this weekend, latest test for them here as they look to, as I said, a chance to finish the first half at 5-3 for the first time since I believe 2007, and at worst 4-4. But it's a big difference, I think, losing this one the way that 4-4 looks as if you win. You win this one and you go through the first half of the season hitting the second half winning 4 out of 5 games. And I know some of them were games that you should have won, but you haven't exactly done that over the last few years.